Okay, so factoring a difference of squares, we want to make sure that we have perfect squares. Right? Two perfect squares and a minus sign in between. And what we're going to do is take the square root of both, and that'll just give us a plus b and a minus b. So that's what we're going to kind of end up doing. We're going to take the square root, maybe I won't write it like that, of those perfect squares, and we'll end up with those values here. So I'm going to look 25 as a perfect square. I can take the square root of that. X squared is a perfect square, and 64. So what I'm going to do is, for this example, we're going to take the square root of 25, x squared, which just gives me 5x. And then we're going to take the square root of 64. That'll give me 8 and 8, and we just want plus and the minus. So difference of squares, we basically look for the square roots, and we'll just put the plus and the minus there. And you can always multiply back in to check your answer, but this is our factored form for number 1. Next one, number 2 doesn't look like difference of perfect squares, and that's because we have a GCF. So always check for a GCF. It looks like 24 and 6. They're both even, so I can at least take out a 2. You can even go bigger than that, and I will take out a 6. I'll factor a 6 out. And what that means is I take 24 divided by 6, and I'm left with 4. And it's got the y squared. I didn't do anything with that. Minus, and then 6 divided by 6 gives me the 1. So I need to look at whether I have a perfect square here, and I do. So I want to take the square root of 4y squared and the square root of 1. That's just 1. That was a nice one. This one, square root of 4 is 2. Y squared, it's just y. So what I'm going to do is leave that GCF on the outside and now make my 2 parentheses. And instead of looking at 4y squared, I'm going to look at the square roots of each of these. So it's 2y and 1. So I'm going to put 2y and 1. And I want the plus and the minus. And you can write it as minus and plus, just as long as you have both of those parentheses. So that's a quick review of difference of squares and factoring them.